Hello, everyone. My name is Ken, and today I'm continuing my video series of Canfigure, which is a full range IT management tool set. Canfigure includes things like service management, asset and configuration management, change management, lifestyle management, and is really flexible enough to track almost any inventory item or attributes that you desire. This is part one of a video series related to the system management of the Canfigure toolset. And today we're going to be talking about the data import wizard and how easy it is to get information into Canfigure. So let's jump right into it. As you log into Canfigure, as long as you're an administrator, you would first click on the system setup menu and then tools and utils. Um, as you can see, you're presented with a wide range of administrative functions on the menu, but today we're going to focus on the data import wizard. I'll point out at this point um, that if you click on the question mark in the upper right part of your screen, you're going to get a help screen. If you're in the data import wizard, to give you that. But really, any screen in Canfigure that has a question mark on it, you can go to the help screen and get information about it. So on the help screen for the data import, it's going to give you an introduction. It'll tell you which file formats you can use, and then it's going to go through all the settings on the data import screen and make sure you understand what the description of it is, um, whether it's specifically reverse view, how to set that up, modify status, basically every attribute on the screen. And so, again, first today we're going to set up a server import. And so the CI type I want to select. And again, this is fully customizable based on the system that you would like. In this particular case, the demo system has several options for configuration items or CIs. And today, again, we're going to do a demo server install. So I'm going to select devices, and then I'm going to go down here to subtype. And again, this is customizable to match your system. But again, in our example, we're doing servers. I'll point out at this point that if you click download template, it's going to give you an entire template of uh, items and attributes as part of the download. And so I'm going to show this file now. And here it is. So what downloaded were really 2 to 3 tabs on most screens. In case of servers, it was 2 tabs. And across the top in the columns, you're going to see a list of every attribute associated to the server CI that is in the demo database. And again, this is fully customizable based on your environment. Um, and as you can see, there are several example uh, attributes assigned to servers. The second tab you're going to see is something called the pick list values. And pick list values are attributes on the form that have drop downs that are selectable. Um, and so in this case, the category, it could be a computer, a power device, anything. But again, we're doing servers. Also, the designation is a drop down. So it has things like development, production, staging, test, and training. And then the status is also a drop down, active, archived, assigned, etc. And so again, the template has all the attributes, and what I've done is I've copied the template tab and just filled in a few things just to show you the import and how easy it is to get it in there. And so once your template is downloaded and you've filled in what you want to import, you're going to save this off to a location that you know where it is, and it it doesn't matter where it is as long as you know. As you can see, I've already done this with several listed servers, and so uh, again, we're going to go back to the wizard, and here is the next most important thing to select is the match field. And so on my server list, you can see I've included names here, and what you're matching is the existing database. So there's already 200 some odd servers in there, and it's going to match the name that I've input with the name in the existing database to make sure it's not duplicating information or overwriting information. You'll see field ignores. You can filter things, create default locations, and things like that. Again, the help screen has a full description of every attribute and field on this form. I want to stop here. As the processor goes through your spreadsheet and processes information, if it finds if it does not find information, sorry, if it does not find information, it wants to know in this field what you want to do with the information. Do you want to create a new record or skip the record? If it does find information, it wants to know what to do with the new information. Do I skip it? Do I merge it with the existing? Do I replace it? Or do I create a new version? Those are just some of the options on the default import screen. Also in these, I'll just point out, if you click dynamically create, any other CIs that are included will be created in that database. So for example, I included the operating system as part of the server import. If those figures are not found in the operating system's CI log or inventory, it will dynamically create those. Obviously, all the fields that it can, it will fill in, but the rest will be blank. But that's what dynamic create does. It looks at the record and creates it against another CI if there's one available. And that's it. Really, I mean, date format. And again, the help screen will tell you everything you need to know. And so now that I have my file, as you can see, I'm going to just drag it over. And if you drag the wrong file, no problem, just reset it and drag the correct file over. Make sure you put it in the file location, make sure your settings are right. And then the first mode I want to do is I want to click the import and test the headers. As you can see, that was very quick. And so what it did was it parsed all the headers under servers, and it found and resolved most of them, but you'll see two that are unresolved: number of CPUs and number of NICs. I did that on purpose just to so you would see what would happen if you try to put bad information in there or no information. If I had filled in the number of CPUs on the form, it would just ignore that data and move on because it didn't find the header. The second thing you want to do is make sure that you rehearse the import. And so once you rehearse it, again, no active data is being written to the database. Nothing has changed. It's just scanning data and telling you what it finds. And so in this particular case, once we run or execute the rehearse mode, it goes through the process again of looking at the headers, letting you know what's going on there, and then it starts processing data. In my file, I identified the Canfigure administrator as the owner of the server record, but it can be any CI or named person that you want. It found the software product on the first server, and it found an existing server with that name, so it's using that same thing. And again, since I just ran this earlier, it's saying all the data or all the information that you've put in matches the database and no update is necessary. And again, it'll say that on all of them. And so what I want to do over here is go over here and maybe let's change some um, let's change some information. So let's go down and change active status to inactive. And then we'll copy that all the way down so that you can see what happens on a live import. Again, I save that off into a location that I know, and I can reset the file and resave the template that I just saved and run the rehearsal again. And so you'll see, again, it goes through the same types of information. And wow, it's saying, okay, inactive is not a valid lookup value for the field, so it ignores it. So if you put something in that it doesn't recognize, it's going to ignore the value and move on. And you haven't heard anything at this point because, again, we're just rehearsing it. So let's go back in here and look at the pick list value for status. And let's say assigned. Let's do that to the file. And then once we get all 8 of them assigned, again, we save it off. And remember to change the file to the one we just saved. And now let's rehearse one more time. And I'll show you, again, it processes the file. It goes through the rehearse mode. It looks at all the headers again. Now it says, whoa, I found the person. I found an existing server. Its old status was active and its new status is now assigned. So it's merging the existing record. Again, that was one of the things that we did. And it looks good. I'm going to do one more thing here, and I'm going to add another server just so you can see what the creation actually looks like. And again, you can run these as long as you don't make file changes or direct changes to information. It's going to look at the information and say, just like it did the first time, oh, that's the same thing that's in there, so I'm not making any changes. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to add as a server. I'm going to put it in the production environment. I'm going to give it the same. And again, if I want to, for example, take alternate name out and not use it at all, I can certainly do that without a problem. And now we're going to give it a different asset tag. And we'll give it the next. And really, guys, it's just as simple as all this to build a creation file. And you can pull this Excel file from many other things, Excel spreadsheets that you're carrying on your desk, downloads or CSV downloads and things from other products. Just about anything. It's really just this simple. So we're going to go ahead and save this off now. And then again, we'll go back up to the top, reset the file, and we'll try it once more. And hopefully in the rehearse mode this time, again, it runs down the headers, it runs down all the processes, it's going to change everything. And now it couldn't find software product 2027. It also couldn't find the new server. So we've made a mistake somewhere. Okay, it did find the new server, ABA009, and it created it. And that's your rehearsal mode. Now notice that it couldn't find the software product for Windows 2027 for an OS. That means that the operating system CI doesn't exist. So again, I'm going to create dynamic and then run the file, and you'll see that on the last thing, it is it couldn't find software product 2027, but it's dynamically creating it. And so now I review the file, everything looks good, and I want to commit those changes, and it's going to warn you, whoa, you're about to commit what you just rehearsed. Are you sure you want to do that? Once you click OK, it'll go in and it'll tell you the commit mode, run down again everything that it's doing for you, and you can save this off to a Word or text file. And we get no error count, no warning count, no duplicate count. And the file has proceeded successfully. You can use the same process for any type of data or CI that you want to import. It's really just as simple as that. I hope this video was helpful and to help you understand the Configure ITSM file processor and import wizard. If you have any questions, again, that help screen will save you tons of time, or you can also just email support@canfigure.net. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day and wish you well. Have a good one.